My dear friends, everyone today wants quick results. Quick weight loss, quick money, quick peace. And yes, quick muscles too. So what do? We rush to the pharmacy, pick up a bottle that says Omega-3 for strength, and think, aha, this tiny capsule will do all the magic. But let me tell you something, my friends. There are better supplements than what you find on a shelf. Two vitamins that don't come in a capsule. They come from your character. And if you take them every night, they rebuild not just your muscles but your life. Let's explore what these two vitamins are. Vitamin Fade 1, gratitude before you sleep. Don't count your problems, count your blessings. You see, most people go to bed with their mind full of stress, scrolling endlessly, comparing lives, worrying about tomorrow. No wonder we wake up tired. Our body might rest, but our mind runs a marathon. Gratitude is that vitamin that relaxes your mind, releases the tension, and heals your emotional muscles. When you close your eyes and whisper, thank you, to life, to people, even to your challenges, you signal your heart, all is well. And when your heart is peaceful, your body rebuilds better. Science calls it better sleep quality, spirituality calls it grace, vitamin F2, forgiveness, this one is even more powerful. Because anger, resentment, and grudges are like toxins that weaken your soul's muscles. Before you sleep, ask yourself, whom am I still fighting inside my head? Maybe someone hurt you. Maybe you're still holding on to something that's long over. My dear friends, forgiveness is not about saying, they were right. It's about saying, I deserve peace. When you forgive, you free yourself. You sleep lighter. You heal deeper. You wake up stronger. So tonight, don't worry about omega-3 or protein shakes. Take these two vitamins, gratitude and forgiveness, before bed. They are natural, organic, side effect free, and completely divine. You'll find your muscles grow stronger, your face calmer, and your heart more alive. Because real strength doesn't come from the gym, it comes from within. And remember, my friends, muscles made in the gym may fade with time, but the strength built in the heart, through gratitude and forgiveness, lasts forever. Thank you. Gratitude heals the mind before sleep, rebuilding inner strength. When we lie down at night, it's not only our body that needs rest, but also our mind that seeks peace. Yet, what most people do is carry their entire day to bed with them. The disappointments, the frustrations, the unspoken anger, the never-ending list of what didn't go right. They close their eyes, but their mind continues to run in circles. The body may be on the bed, but the mind is still in the office, in an argument, or in a problem that doesn't exist anymore. Gratitude, my friends, is the bridge between chaos and calm. It is that gentle whisper of the heart that says, yes, today wasn't perfect, but I still have reasons to be thankful. And when you learn to find those reasons before you sleep, something powerful happens. Your mind relaxes, your breath deepens, and your inner world begins to heal itself. Gratitude is not about ignoring your problems, it's about acknowledging your blessings amidst them. A grateful mind doesn't deny pain, it transforms it. You might have faced rejection, failure, or an unexpected setback during the day, but when you look for what still went right, you shift your focus from lack to abundance. Instead of thinking, I didn't get what I wanted, you remind yourself, I still have what I need. That shift in thought is where the healing begins. The mind, which was tight with tension, slowly starts to loosen. The heart, which was heavy with worry, begins to lighten. Science tells us that gratitude improves sleep quality because it lowers stress and increases serotonin levels. But even beyond science, there's a spiritual truth in it. A grateful heart cannot coexist with anxiety. When you fill your inner space with appreciation, there's simply no room left for fear or frustration. It's like lighting a lamp in a dark room. The darkness doesn't have to be chased away. It simply disappears. Think about it. When you go to bed grumbling, your mind keeps replaying the day's disappointments. You relive the rude comment someone made, the mistake you committed, or the plan that didn't work out. But if before closing your eyes you take a few moments to silently thank the people who helped you, the opportunities that came your way, the meal you ate, the comfort of the bed you're lying on, your entire mental state shifts. You stop fighting the day and start embracing it. You stop complaining about what went wrong and start appreciating what went right. Gratitude, practiced consistently, trains your mind to look for light even in dark corners. It builds resilience. It teaches you that peace doesn't come from a perfect day, it comes from a peaceful perspective. A grateful person can rest even when the storm outside hasn't passed because they've learned to calm the storm within. They don't postpone happiness until everything is fixed. They find happiness in the middle of what's still broken. In today's world, we are surrounded by noise, social media comparisons, constant news, and the endless chase for more. We are taught to notice what we lack, not what we have. That's why gratitude feels so revolutionary. It's a quiet rebellion against dissatisfaction. It's choosing to be content, not because everything is perfect, but because you have learned to see perfection in small moments. The smile of a loved one, the warmth of a meal, the laughter of a friend. These are simple things, but when acknowledged, they become sacred. Gratitude doesn't just help you sleep, it strengthens you from within. When you wake up the next morning, your challenges are still there, but you are different. You are calmer, clearer, more capable. The same problem that looked overwhelming yesterday now feels manageable because you are no longer reacting with panic but responding with balance. That's the strength gratitude builds, silent, invisible, and steady. So every night, before you sleep, take a moment to pause. Don't scroll through your phone, scroll through your heart. Review your day not to criticize it, but to appreciate it. Maybe something didn't go your way. Still, be thankful for the lesson it taught you. Maybe someone hurt you. Still, be thankful for the patience you developed. Maybe you didn't achieve your goal. Still, be thankful for the effort you put in. Gratitude turns every experience into growth, every struggle into strength, and every night into a moment of inner renewal. When you fill your last waking thoughts with thankfulness, your sleep becomes deeper, your mind becomes lighter, and your heart becomes softer. Gratitude is not a ritual, it's a form of self-care for the soul. It rebuilds your inner strength silently while you rest, like a gardener watering the roots at night so that the flowers can bloom in the morning. Forgiveness frees the heart, restoring emotional and spiritual energy. Every human being carries within them stories, some sweet, some painful, some unresolved. And among these stories are moments when someone said something they shouldn't have, did something that hurt us, or failed to do something we expected. Those moments often plant a seed of resentment in our heart. We tell ourselves we've moved on, but somewhere deep inside, the memory still burns. We might smile on the outside, but the inner dialogue continues. Why did they do this to me? That quiet conversation with our past drains us, silently consuming our emotional energy. Forgiveness, my friends, is the medicine that releases us from that weight. It's not about approving what was wrong, it's about choosing peace over pain. When we hold on to anger, it's like holding a burning coal, hoping the other person gets burned. We carry that fire in our heart and it begins to consume us. We replay the incident, analyze it, judge it, and each time we feel the same hurt again. The body may be resting, but the heart keeps fighting a battle that ended long ago. This is why so many people go to bed tired, not because of physical labor, but because of emotional exhaustion. Forgiveness is not a favor you do for someone else. It's an act of self-healing. It's the decision to stop suffering twice, once when it happened and again every time you remember it. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, it means remembering without pain. It means acknowledging that the past cannot be changed, but your relationship with it can. When you forgive, you reclaim your energy from the past and invest it back into the present. You allow the mind to rest, the heart to breathe, and the soul to feel light again. The person who hurt you may never apologize, may never understand, but you still have the power to release yourself. The key to your peace is in your hands, not in theirs. When you sleep with resentment, your body might be still, but your emotions remain restless. That's why you wake up tense, irritated, or emotionally heavy. But when you go to bed with forgiveness in your heart, your energy flows freely. You give your mind permission to heal. The heart that was tight begins to open again. Forgiveness restores emotional balance, the way rest restores physical strength. It unclogs the channels of love, empathy, and calm that resentment blocks. Forgiveness is not weakness, it takes immense strength. It requires humility to let go of the ego that says, I deserve revenge, or they must suffer too. But what we fail to see is that revenge doesn't heal the wound, it deepens it. The real power lies not in striking back, but in rising above. The one who forgives stands taller, not because they are naive, but because they refuse to let bitterness shrink their heart. Sometimes the person we most need to forgive is ourselves. We all make mistakes, say things we regret, fail at things we tried hard for. And then we carry guilt like a shadow that follows us everywhere. We keep revisiting old failures and punish ourselves mentally for them. But guilt, like resentment, steals peace. When we forgive ourselves, we open the door to growth. We say to ourselves, I did the best I could with what I knew then. That acceptance transforms guilt into learning and shame into wisdom. Self-forgiveness is the foundation of confidence and inner freedom. Forgiveness also restores spiritual energy. A heart filled with anger cannot experience devotion, joy, or love fully. Anger closes the door of the heart, but forgiveness opens it again. It realigns us with compassion, not only for others but for ourselves. It reminds us that everyone is human, everyone is learning, and everyone deserves another chance to do better. Forgiveness is not about forgetting justice, it's about removing hatred from the pursuit of it. It's about acting from clarity, not from revenge. When we forgive, we stop giving the past power over our present. We stop letting one bad chapter define the whole book. The mind becomes lighter and the soul feels cleaner. That clarity reflects in everything, in how we speak, how we think, and how we relate to others. Forgiveness makes space for empathy, and empathy is what keeps relationships alive. A forgiving heart connects more deeply, listens more kindly, and lives more peacefully. At night, before sleep, reflect gently on the day. Ask yourself if there's anyone you're still angry with. A friend, a colleague, a family member, or even yourself. Don't suppress the feeling, acknowledge it. Then imagine letting that person go from your mental grip. Picture them walking away and say in your heart, I release you. You will notice the tension in your body ease, your breath slowing, and your thoughts softening. That is forgiveness at work. It's like decluttering your inner home so that peace can move back in. Forgiveness is not a one-time act, it's a daily discipline. Some hurts need to be forgiven again and again until the scar becomes wisdom. But each time you forgive, you reclaim a part of your energy that was trapped in resentment. You rebuild your emotional strength the way muscles rebuild after rest. And when your heart is free, your sleep becomes deeper, your mornings lighter, and your soul stronger. At the end of it all, what truly matters is not how many supplements we take, how strong our bodies look, or how disciplined our routines appear from the outside, but how peaceful and powerful we are from the inside. We live in a world that sells us countless shortcuts to well-being, powders for energy, pills for calmness, tonics for youth. Yet the real nourishment, the kind that rebuilds us overnight, doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from our attitude, our mindset, and the quiet practices of the heart that we choose each night before sleep. Gratitude, forgiveness, and inner strength are not just abstract ideas, they are the true vitamins of the soul. When we end our day with gratitude, we close the door on restlessness and open the door to peace. We stop letting the noise of the world enter our hearts. Gratitude is not about having a perfect life, it's about seeing the perfection hidden in imperfections. It's about remembering that even on difficult days, we are still breathing, learning, and growing. It's realizing that life doesn't owe us anything, and yet it keeps giving us so much. The moment we start seeing blessings instead of burdens, our sleep becomes a form of meditation. Our body heals faster because our mind stops fighting reality. Gratitude is the nightly reset button that prepares us for a new dawn with renewed strength. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is the cleansing of the heart. We often underestimate how much emotional weight we carry. The grudges, the regrets, the anger, the blame. All of it sits inside us like invisible armor, keeping us tense and tired. Every night we hold on to resentment, we rob ourselves of rest. The people who hurt us may never come back to apologize, but holding on to that pain only ties us to them longer. Forgiveness unties that knot. It allows the past to rest where it belongs. It's a quiet act of courage that says, I choose peace, not punishment. When we forgive others and ourselves, we let our inner wounds breathe. We give space for healing to happen naturally. Forgiveness doesn't make us weak, it makes us free. Inner strength is the final layer that holds it all together. It is what allows us to wake up every morning and face life with calmness, no matter what waits for us outside. The world often tells us to build strength through control. Control over people, control over outcomes, control over everything. But real strength comes from surrender, not control. It's the strength to stay patient when nothing makes sense, to stay compassionate when you're misunderstood, and to stay steady when the ground beneath you shakes. Inner strength is quiet confidence. It's not loud, not showy, but steady and grounded. It comes from knowing that life may not always go as planned, but you will be okay anyway. If you think about it deeply, these three inner vitamins are connected like roots of the same tree. Gratitude feeds peace, forgiveness releases pain, and inner strength sustains growth. Together, they form a cycle of healing that keeps the mind calm, the heart light, and the soul strong. Without gratitude, we live in scarcity. Without forgiveness, we live in bitterness. Without inner strength, we live in fear. But when we have all three, we live in balance. That balance is what rebuilds us from within, quietly, naturally, and completely. Every night, as you lie down, imagine yourself taking these three vitamins. The first, gratitude, to soften your thoughts. The second, forgiveness, to cleanse your emotions. The third, inner strength, to anchor your spirit. You don't need to buy them, swallow them, or measure them. You just need to feel them. Whisper your thankfulness, release your anger, and remind yourself that you are stronger than you think. That simple nightly ritual can transform how you sleep, how you wake up, and how you live. Life will always have its challenges. There will always be days when things don't go as expected, when people disappoint you, when plans fail. But if you end each day with gratitude instead of complaint, forgiveness instead of anger, and strength instead of fear, no difficulty can break you. You will not just rebuild muscles overnight, you will rebuild peace, resilience, and love. You will find that the most important supplement for your health is not what you consume through the mouth, but what you nurture through the mind and heart. So tonight, when the world slows down and you prepare to rest, remember to take your real vitamins, not from a pharmacy, but from your own consciousness. Be grateful for what you have, forgive what hurt you, and trust the strength within you. The body may rest on a bed, but the soul rests in awareness. And when the soul rests, healing becomes effortless. The morning that follows will not just bring a new day, it will bring a new you, refreshed, peaceful, and strong from within. Real strength is built within, not just in the gym. The world today measures strength in very visible ways. The size of our muscles, the number of hours we work, the possessions we own, or the confidence we display in public. But inner strength is quieter, deeper, and far more powerful. It is the ability to stay calm when things don't go our way, to stay kind when others are not, and to stay hopeful when life seems uncertain. That kind of strength cannot be seen in a mirror. It is reflected in the way we handle our days, our thoughts, and our emotions. The gym may build our body, but the challenges of life build our soul. Every disappointment, every failure, every loss is an opportunity to train the inner muscles of resilience, patience, and faith. People often think that strength means not feeling pain, not crying, or not showing emotion. But real strength is not about suppression, it's about balance. It's about allowing yourself to feel deeply, yet not letting those feelings control you. It's standing in the storm without losing your center. Physical strength helps you lift weights, but inner strength helps you lift yourself when life gets heavy. One can have a powerful body and still feel broken inside, and one can look ordinary on the outside but carry a heart that has endured and evolved through countless storms. Inner strength is built in silence, in those private moments when you choose not to react in anger, when you choose to forgive instead of fight, when you choose peace over proving your point. Every time you do that, your inner self becomes stronger. Just as muscles need resistance to grow, the soul needs challenges to evolve. Difficult people, stressful situations, and uncertain times act as the weights that train our inner being. We cannot develop patience without delay, courage without fear, or compassion without pain. True strength begins when we stop relying on the external to feel secure. Many people believe that if they had more money, better relationships, or more recognition, they would feel confident. But the problem with external sources of strength is that they can be taken away. Inner strength, however, is unshakable because it comes from understanding who you are beyond circumstances. When you know that your worth is not tied to achievements, when you learn that your peace doesn't depend on people's approval, you become unbreakable. You might bend under pressure, but you won't collapse. Building inner strength requires daily practice, not physical but mental and emotional. It means training your mind to focus on what you can control and to release what you cannot. It means speaking kindly to yourself when you fail and reminding yourself that growth takes time. It means learning to be comfortable with discomfort. In a world that constantly tells us to escape pain, inner strength teaches us to embrace it with awareness and rise above it. When life throws you down, strength is not in refusing to fall, it's in getting back up with grace. Inner strength also reflects in the way you treat others. The strongest people are not the loudest or the most dominant, they are the ones who can stay gentle in a harsh world. It takes courage to remain kind when others are cruel, to be compassionate when you have every reason to be cold. Inner strength expresses itself not through control but through composure. The person who can stay calm when others panic, who can listen when others shout, who can love when others hate, that person has mastered the art of true strength. This strength is built slowly, through self-awareness and reflection. It comes from knowing your weaknesses and still choosing to move forward. It comes from falling and choosing to learn instead of blame. It comes from trusting that life has meaning even when you cannot see it. Physical training makes your body endure pain for a short period, but emotional and spiritual training teaches you to live peacefully amidst uncertainty for a lifetime. Real strength is also about letting go. Sometimes we think holding on proves we're strong, holding on to relationships, to anger, to control. But often letting go requires more courage. It's the ability to say, "This no longer serves me," and I can release it. Letting go is not giving up, it's growing up. It's realizing that your peace is more valuable than winning an argument or clinging to what's familiar. Inner strength gives you the maturity to detach without bitterness and to move forward without resentment. There are moments when life will test you, when things fall apart, when people misunderstand you, when efforts go unnoticed. Those moments reveal your true strength, not in how loud you fight back, but in how graceful you rise. The real victory is not outside in applause, but inside in alignment. When your mind, heart, and actions are in harmony, you become grounded no matter what happens around you. Inner strength doesn't come from inspiration alone, it comes from consistent practice. It's built every time you wake up after a difficult day and decide to keep going. Every time you choose faith over fear, calm over chaos, and understanding over judgment, you strengthen the foundation of your inner world. And when that foundation is strong, no storm can shake you because you have already found stability within yourself.